What is up, everybody? Welcome back to our WWE 2K19 alternate universe mode. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new, thank you once again for being here and welcome back. Tonight's episode is jam-packed. We have got a lot going on. Some implications running over probably from last week's show, straight off the bat. It was a good one. It was supposed to be subdued, but it ended up not being that way. And starting with this, really, before we came on air tonight, you see how dejected Brock Cruz looks here. That's because he lost to Hunter King in the main event last week, and obviously in his outing before that he lost to the Viking Warrior as well. So because of that, as he's entered the arena earlier today, you can see here, Jacob Butler has tried to get an interview with him. He stopped him, asked him about what's happened the last couple of weeks, and Brock just pushes past him, and he is absolutely having none of it. And while that was going on, we have saw this guy again that we saw last week talking to different people in different parts of the arena. Still, I'm not sure who this guy is. Still not sure what his agenda is. But one thing that it does uncover is that Alex Charmin is in the arena tonight, and we saw what he did a couple of weeks back. He's now officially a member of the roster as well, so interesting that he's here. We'll see if he's got anything to say tonight. Maybe Jacob can catch up with him. Who knows? But yeah, it started off pretty hectic, and I have a feeling it may just stay that way for the rest of the night, but we will have to wait and see on that one. Speaking on tonight though, and what we've got going on in the ring, we've got Alpha Jackson. He's going to be going up against Johnny Justice tonight. That's going to be an interesting one. Both of these really could do with a win, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Next up is a really interesting match. I'm not going to speak too much on this one because it's one that we are going to watch. You got Damian Zachary against HBK. Both of them representing darkness in this universe mode, so we'll see, like I said, how that plays out. We are actually going to watch that one. Following that one, we do have RK Ortiz is going up against Jordan Smith. Ortiz again could do with a win. The Smiths, we thought they were going to start building momentum. That hasn't really materialized, so another chance for Jordan to get his second win and pull it right for, not forget that these are tag specialists still trying to find their way in the singles game, so we'll see if Jordan can get that done tonight. And then Stud Rivers last week was at the event, watching the main event live, so obviously he knows that Hunter King went perfect in his championship tournament at the moment. Same with Max Rutan, who did that earlier in the night last week. So again, it is over to Stud this week to see if he can keep pace with those two, who are actually setting a relentless pace at the moment. But we're not going to talk any more about that one because again, we'll be watching it, so we'll get more into it then. And before we get into any of the action tonight, we have got our general manager who has said he's going to address what happened last week next week. So that's going to be very interesting. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what happened last week. We basically had Robinson coming out here complaining that his contract hadn't been signed. He was angry that Charmin had got his deal before Robinson did. The general manager, as you can see here, was acting extremely strange. Borderline weird, really. They exchanged words, had a bit of back and forth. In the end, that would lead to Robinson getting his contract. They managed to move past this sticking point that was making it difficult for management to sign him. So obviously, I'm sure we'll find out at a later date what that sticking point was. But you can see here, the second that he knew that ink was on that paper, he just attacked the GM. I don't know what the meaning behind it was, why he did it. Again, maybe we'll find out at a later date, but as I said, when it happened, it was disgusting, really. There was no need Obviously the GM's not or never has been a competitor. He's not an athlete and he shouldn't have been treated that way. But he'll probably end up getting his next week when the general manager's back. And why I was talking to you about that, our cameras again have picked up another conversation here with this guy, and this time he's talking to Ortiz. We need to get to the bottom of what's going on here. Jacob, if you are listening, if you can hear me, you need to get a hold of this guy. We need to know what's going on, basically. Whatever it is, yeah, I can't even comment. I don't even know, guys, but we need somebody. We need Jacob to get hold of him, or he needs to come down to the ring and explain exactly what it is that's going on here and why that was happening, guys. Alex Charming, as I mentioned earlier, I wondered if he was going to speak. Seems like he's about to. He's going to let us know what's on his mind. Probably to do with his contract, his mission here, who knows. It could be absolutely anything. Maybe he explains what happened last week. We're about to find out though. So, all of you want to know why it is here that I've decided to provide my services. Well, I've been watching this universe mode since it started. It's gaining a bit of traction, it's gaining momentum. We've got all sorts going on here at the moment. All kinds of different guys, different talent. Back and forth. This tournament is unique, not seen anything really like this before. And I decided I wanted to be part of it. I looked, is there a gap for me in this roster? And well, there definitely is, because we've got the good guys, the bad guys, the dark guys, and all of this, that and the other, but still we were just lacking that charm, I guess you could say. The guy who's gonna just add that little bit of class, that little bit of charisma, that's definitely me. That's where I come in. And I just want to say to everyone who's competing in this tournament at the moment, you are damn lucky that I signed late on and can't join this thing, because trust me, even if I was to join now, I would rack up the points and the wins that quickly that by the end of the next few rounds it would be me that was sitting on top of the pile, winning the whole damn thing, being the first ever universe mode champion. And this universe mode would have been led with class, with charisma, and with charm. I just thought I'd let that breathe for a second. Now for the last little bit, I've been asked all week long why I did what I did to Smith a couple of weeks ago. The answer is simple. You only get one chance to make a first impression, so why not mess in the main event scene? I have nothing more to say to it, nothing more to say to you at the moment, so I am gone. Well, that was a pretty simple message there from Charming. He did what he did just to mess with the main event, to get his name out there. I suppose he's building his notoriety. But one thing that I gained from that is this guy has got style written all over him. We will have to wait and see how that develops though. For now though, it looks like our man from the back, Jacob Butler, has caught up with this guy who's just been hounding the talent backstage at the moment. Not really sure what he's doing or what his mission statement is here, but hopefully Jacob can get to the bottom of this for us and we can find out what on earth this guy is actually playing at. So the cameras here, take it away. We just want to know really what it is that you've been doing with all of the talent over the last few weeks. So the answer is simple really. I've just been looking for a client. I've seen that there's a gap for the managers here in universe mode. We got Stephen York, who's now took control of things for Max Rutan, and basically I am just trying to do the same. But every time I approach the talent, they want me to have the bags, they want me to take things to the car, they want me to go to catering. Nobody is taking me seriously at the moment, and I really just don't know why. Oh, it looks like we've lost our cameras there, guys. I apologise about that, but it's clear what the mission statement is for him. He wants to be a manager here in universe mode. And well guys, why our cameras have been down backstage, we've at least got the ones in the arena and ringside working, and it is time for our first match of the evening. It has took us a while to get here this time. It's been an absolutely crazy night, but it is one that I'm very much enjoying, and I hope that you guys are too. So our first match tonight, as I mentioned earlier, is Damien Zachary, and he's going to be going up against HB Kang. This is a match that I am actually really intrigued by, really looking forward to. Both of these two from the dark side of things. They live in the dark side of their mind. We've got Zachary here, the vampire. We've got Kang, who puts on that war paint and draws strength from the dark side too, with his personality, his dual personality. Yeah, they're both just really strange guys, both really eerie. Like I said, Zachary himself, he's mysterious, he's dark, he's big into the dark side of the occult. Sees himself as protector of the dark side. He says it's something that's fading out in this industry, and he wants to bring it to universe mode, and not only bring it, he wants to drop the veil, he says, between universe mode and the world that he actually lives in. So yeah, he managed to, this is the second time we've seen him. He won last time the cameras was rolling, so is he gonna do it again? Will he be able to? Who knows? Kang's a more than capable opponent. He hasn't actually won yet, Kang, but he's durable. He's gonna have his work cut out. For me personally, I would make Zachary the favourite in this match, but I mentioned it last time we saw Zachary. These kind of opponents, you don't know what you're going to get with them. You don't know whether you're actually hurting them or not. And here comes Kang now. Yeah, it's just, these two are so strange. Like, this entrance blows me away every single time we see it. I don't know if this is a little bit more personal than matches that we've seen so far. Of course they're both going to want the points, of course they both want that title, but I don't know if this is just that little bit more than that, because of what they both represent. They both see themselves as the kings of the dark side. I mentioned earlier, Zachary, I heard somewhere, has said that he sees himself as the protector of that dark side, but then you've got like Kang here, who's also, he's drawing strength from exactly the same place. So I am intrigued to see who comes out on top in this one. It's going to be, I would imagine, very physical. It could take a lot for one of these two to stay down. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one getting underway. Coming into it, I can tell you that it is definitely Zachary who's been in the better form. He's had wins against Schmidt. He did lose to A-lister, who's in our main event tonight, but then bounced back the first time we saw him with that win against Johnny Justice. And for Kang at the moment, we've seen him a couple of times, I think. He's lost to Ortiz, he's lost to Stud Rivers, and he's also lost to Alpha Jackson as well. But I just wonder, because he's against somebody who comes from the same mindset as him, if you like, is the best way that I can describe it, whether he's just going to be that little bit extra motivated tonight, and that I think could go for Zachary as well. They both, like I said, want to see themselves as the number one. Not just in this universe mode, which is, of course, it should be everyone's mentality, but for what they represent as well. When you say DARKSIDE in this alternate universe mode, it's their face that they want you to see. So I just think that maybe this is also it's kind of like a title match situation in a way. There's just that little extra something, as well as the points that's on the line tonight, and I do genuinely believe that that will push them and spur them both onto maybe something that we've not seen out the pair of them. Kang fighting back here, he's been he's been on the receiving end so far, but we know that he can take some punishment. We've seen him a couple of times now, like I said, and I've mentioned it in those times as well. He said when he puts that war paint on, he's willing to push his body through anything that he has to get that win. And apparently when he washes it off, yeah, he doesn't feel the pain that he's felt in the ring. And that was the first huge mistake in this match, and it came from Zachary. It's gave Kang a much needed opening, and he's taking full advantage at the moment as he shoots Zachary into the corner now, but wisely there and quickly Zachary out the way. Kang's not going to let him get away from this wave he's trying to ride at the minute though. Nice counter there and back into the ring. Kang though beating him to the punch again. He is a lightweight, I believe, is Kang, and he's probably that little bit quicker. Zachary definitely the stronger of the two, and at the moment speed is killing the power, but will that be the case at the end? Oh, big boot there from Kang, and he's going to go for the cover. It's first cover of the evening, and it's a kick out at 1 by our resident vampire Zachary. Kang is probably trying to purge him of his vampism at the moment. And for the kind of statements he's been putting out there, Zachary could actually be his perfect opponent. He's just absolutely going to work on him at the moment. What is this? What is that? That, I believe, he calls the purge, to be honest. Inverted kind of Olympic slam, and that was very, very nearly enough. Nice move there, and he's going to go for the dark matter now. We have seen this before. Can he land it though? Oh, he can't. It looked like he was going to for a minute there, but Zachary out of it. And oh, just a nasty straight up headbutt there. And here we go now. Zachary bounces straight back with a veil draw. That could be enough. He's not going to go for the pin just yet though. He wants to make sure that he's going to get the job done here. He's got him hooked up. There's the kiss of death, and here comes the pain. Oh, onto the bottom rope as well, just for added extra momentum. That is absolutely going to kill the neck and the throat area of Kang there. We're going to the cover. It's 1, it's 2, and unsurprisingly there, it is 3. That move's devastating enough as it is, but when that neck is just whipped the throat straight over the bottom rope, it just adds that little bit extra, and Zachary is the one tonight getting his hand raised. And what's on his mind here? I said there might be a little extra in this. It might just be that little bit more personal, and Zachary's not done with the damage that he's dealt in the ring. He's just putting the boots to Kang at the moment, who suffers another loss. It's Zachary to take the win, and he wins this battle of the dark side, if you want to call it that. He's definitely not just took the points though, made the statement after the match as well. I kind of felt like that was in the air for both of these two. I said it might be that little bit more, that little something personal, and it appeared as though that was definitely the case. And while our cameras was off, guys, we was watching the Zachary match and the Kang match. A-List and Charming come into contact with each other. It looked as though Charming was just about to leave the arena after his promo earlier. A-List was just arriving to the arena from what I could make out. One of them said something to the other. I'm not too sure what happened. We'll probably find out eventually, but it was followed by this. So once again, the main event tonight is now being affected by Charming, but well, he said he wanted to make a first impression last time out. Okay, I don't necessarily agree with the way that he done it, but I understand the statement. This time, I'm not going to jump on his case just yet because we don't know. We didn't have the sound to know who said what to the other. But another one of Stud Rivers' opponents tonight in the main event, no less, is absolutely just getting a whooping here at the hands of Charming. And when he stands next to another competitor like he is with A-List at the moment, you can just see the sheer size difference. I mean, this is a big dude. He really is. And since signing, he has just left the path of destruction, to be honest. He was talking about leading with class earlier, with charisma and with charm. Well, at the moment he's leading with backstage assaults, and there's not much charming about it, to be honest. Where are we going now? He's absolutely just laid waste to Bourne at the moment. The A-lister has not managed to get in any offense whatsoever. He's bashed into that car again. Surely we're not going to see that again. It's the second time we're going to see the door shut on him. And Stud Rivers has got to be extremely happy right now. You would imagine. Are we going to see the end of it here? Nope. More offense handed out. Oh, here it is, the charm attack, and he's landed it again. And that's another opponent laid out backstage by Charming before he has a match with Stud Rivers in the main event tonight. Once again, if he can make it. And just a recap of everything that's gone on tonight in the ring. I mean, it has been action from start to finish the whole night long tonight. Got Alpha Jackson beating Johnny Justice in the first match of the evening. We saw Damien not too long ago beating HB Kang. After that, what we hadn't seen, it wasn't a televised one, was Jordan Smith picks up a somewhat surprising win actually against RK Ortiz. That moves him on to 2 now, but his brother is still yet to get a win. And with that taken care of, it is the main event time. We've got Stud Rivers against A-List Bourne, if A-List can actually make it, that is. And here he comes to the ring once again. He's probably somebody, Stud, who's raised the expectations now of what we can expect for him after that epic main event a couple of weeks ago. He's definitely solidified himself as a main eventer, one of only 3 undefeated wrestlers in this tournament. And let's not forget that he's on 3 wins at the moment, but his main competitors who compete on the opposite week to him at the moment, Hunter King and the Viking Warrior, Max Rutan, they're both on 4 wins apiece, so make no mistake, Stud's got that pressure on him once again tonight. He seemed to lap it up last week though, so we'll see if he can do that again. Just the same as last time out for him, not last week is what I was meant to say. He's had his opponent beaten up backstage by the same guy as well, Alex Charming. Well, he said, Alex, we heard it from him, that he just wanted to mess with the main event to get that notoriety. Again, not agreeing with the way that he went about that, but okay. But now it's happened again this week. Again, it's Stud's opponent. You have to start connecting the dots and asking questions, but I'm not ready to do that just yet. We don't know what caused that altercation. Like I said, we had no audio equipment there, so it would be harsh on Stud, who showed a different side to himself last time out. He had to take a lot of punishment. It was an absolute war that he had to go through to get that win. Could end up being the same again tonight against the A-lister. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But he looks to be in good form. Again, we don't even know if he's aware of what's happened, just like the last time. So, yeah, is it just good luck? Is it coincidence for him at the moment? Who knows? One thing that we do know is he's successful at the moment, unbeaten. Got the match of the series so far, I would say. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see if there is anything more than what we're seeing behind these attacks. One person who would definitely probably think so is this man here at the moment, the A-lister. We've not seen him have televised match for quite a while. He did kick things off, I believe, against Alpha Jackson, where he actually came up a little bit short. Since then though, he has managed to beat Zachary, who we saw earlier. He's managed to beat Ortiz as well, but again, there's no way he can be 100% tonight. I just don't see it. For him personally, he's here for fame, he's here for film roles, he's here for magazine covers, TV appearances. He wants the money, he wants the spotlight on him, he's here for stardom basically. He is a lightweight going against Rivers tonight, so we'll see if that's something that comes into play as the match goes on. One thing for certain, as he's letting you know his name there, is that he's not lacking in confidence, even though he has just had that beating. He's not showing any signs of weakness to Stud, and that could be very, very crucial. But once the offense starts, it's going to be hard to hide it, basically, I would say. But yeah, Stud again with an advantage given to him by Charming. We'll see if he can take full advantage of that. That's a massive chop, but it didn't even take Stud off his feet. And he's straight in with the belly to belly there. Not the overhead version, just a normal belly to belly, but still as effective. And again, going after that leg. That's twice we've seen the dragon screw already from the A-lister. Kick to the back there. He really needs this win, does the A-lister, but he's against someone full of confidence right now. Someone who's put on the best performance we've seen in this universe mode so far. And he's wasting a little bit of time here, is the A-lister. He could be made to pay for that, you know. We'll see now. No, he lands what he was looking for. But he's against someone who's full of confidence, full of momentum at the moment. Doesn't actually know in this universe mode what it is like to lose. So, yeah, oh, big DDT coming. That was nice from Rivers there. And straight into the cover. Looking a little bit more focused tonight. You got to say, as the match wears on, because of what Charming has done to the A-lister backstage, as we go into that cross arm breaker now. Yeah, the longer it goes on, the more it is going to favour Rivers, you would imagine, in this match. He took a couple of right hands there, though, to break that hole. But yeah, like I keep saying, it will favour him the longer that it goes, you have to imagine. Normally, you would think that's probably the other way around, because he's not carrying as much body weight and things as we go into the cover, but it is only a 1 count. But yeah, because of what happened before the match, you've got to say that Stud's probably the one who wouldn't mind so much if this went into the deep waters. We're seeing the A-lister go to the top rope again. Again, he's telling Rivers to get up. One of these times, you've got to imagine that Rivers is going to catch him out with that. He tried to get away, but was unable to, and the A-lister hits his big move again. Rivers, though, does roll to the outside. The big match situation at the moment, you've got to say probably you would have to fancy Rivers with that as well. It favours him definitely. I think, if not all of his matches, like 2 out of the 3 of them definitely have been in front of the cameras, so he's got a little bit of an edge there. And you go after my leg, I go after yours, is what Rivers is saying there. And yeah, he's saying I am smarter than this guy. Again, we know all about his private education as he drapes and just chucks the A-lister straight onto the top rope, throat first there. We know we know all about his private wrestling classes, his private education and all this. And that certainly might be something that's giving him an edge so far. The fantastic shape that he's in as well. You've got to imagine he's got probably one of the best personal trainers. And there you go. He hits his signature move. He calls it, if I can get my words out, he calls that the told you so. We've seen it a lot in his last match. But now it's Rivers who's struggling, and it's the A-lister with a big move. He calls that the final cut, and will it be enough? It's 1, it's 2, it's not 3 though. It's just the 2 count. We saw a lot of high impact moves delivered to Rivers in his last match, and he just kept on managing to kick out, which eventually got him the win. We'll see if that's the case again tonight. And again, just pointing to his mind there, just letting everyone know that he's smarter than the guy he's in there with at the moment. Coming with a hard clotheslines now. A-lister tries to throw one back. Rivers ducks underneath and hits the big one with the momentum off the ropes. Is he going to put this to bed now? He's going for that told you so again. The A-lister was trying to get away, he couldn't, so goes back to that leg he was working on earlier with the drop kick. What we're going to see here now, Samoan drop, big move there, all power, all on that back that was hurt earlier by Charming. Again, with that charm attack, he's against an opponent tonight, Stud, who's had that back bounced off concrete. But oh, what a move there from the A-lister. Highlight reel material there. And is he going to go for the final cut again here? He could be, you know. He's hit it again as well. And is this going to be the end of Stud's undefeated streak? It's 1, it's 2, and no, it's not 3. Stud gets that shoulder off the mat, and I mean, it was close this time. It was the very last second. And now you've got the A-lister just spouting out his A-list born name there. And now he comes with a clotheslines, ducks under, kick underneath the chin, and Stud is in big trouble here at the moment. The speed is starting to really pay out here for the A-lister. He seems to be getting a second wind. And is he going to go for the third one already? Surely if he hits this one, it is over. Stud gets caught with it again. It's a cover, it's 1, it is 2, and it is going to be 3. No, it's not going to be 3 this time. And Stud is putting on that same kind of performance that we saw against Tyson. It just seemingly is impossible to put this guy away. You can have him in trouble, but he just won't stay down, even when you're hitting your biggest moves. Inverted atomic drop there sends him down. I would be going for the cover again here, but the A-lister is choosing to dish out more punishment. Surely it's not going to end like that after all of the punishment that's been dished out. It nearly did, you know, it nearly did. A-list born now, you see him doing it again. He's really feeling himself at the moment. He knows the caliber of star that he's in there with. Stud's got a lot of accolades already going for him in this universe mode. This time he's not going to go for the cover, he's going to go for the submission, and Stud is dragging his way to those ropes, but he can't do it, he's tapped. Stud has tapped. A-lister is the first person in this universe mode to beat Stud, and I am shocked that he has tapped out there. What a shock result that is. You can't get the pin on him, so go for the submission. I suppose when you look at it, it makes perfect sense. And it's paid out here for the A-lister. Stud's really dejected there, and he should be. I'm really surprised that that was enough to put him away, but it was. Maybe he's tweaked something in his leg. We saw the A-lister going for his leg earlier. Or in that lower back, because he seemed to tap out, and that Boston Crab at the moment in this universe mode seems to be a very effective maneuver. But that is it. That's the main event done and dusted tonight, guys. It's been a hell of a hectic night once again, and it's ending on the biggest shock that I think we've had so far in this universe mode. We're now down to Hunter King and Max Rutan, the only 2 undefeated wrestlers left in the competition. Stud's going to have to sit on this as well. It's not like he's going to have a match next week where he can bounce straight back. He's going to have to wait till the week after. So he's got to sit and stew on this, and he's not someone in his life who has took many knocks or anything like that. So this could be seriously difficult for him to deal with. We'll have to wait and see what happens there, but congratulations to the A-lister. No one, I don't think, saw that coming really, but he's pulled out a big result for himself tonight. Like I said, guys, that is all that we have time for at the moment. So before we go off, again, I just want to thank you so much. If you're still here watching at this point, you have no idea what it means. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I am literally just having a blast making these at the moment, but without you guys watching, it wouldn't be probably as fun. So yeah, thanks so much for that. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, please do let me know. We have the comments box below. If you don't want to write a comment, or you don't have the time, just hit that thumbs up. That's another way to let me know that we're on the right track and we're doing the right things here. We're still trying to come with the improvements. I don't know if you picked up on the fact that Stud Rivers tonight in his entrance has got his own entrance music now, as does the A-lister. We're going to continue to look for just those little improvements that make everything that much more immersive. If you guys yourself do have any ideas and you do have the time, then please leave them in the comments box, along with any constructive criticism as well. If there's any parts of it that maybe you're not enjoying or something like that, I don't know, but I'm just rambling at this point, so I'm going to let you guys get on with the rest of your day. Just again, thanks so much for being here. It means so much, and until the next one, which I am really excited for, I hope you are too, that is going to do it from me. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. See you again soon. Bye bye.